Time you just mentioned you were the ranker on the Corporations Committee. What you mean was you were the ranking assemblyman. At the time you were a Republican assemblyman. You then went around. This was a big issue. I actually remember it. Now it's all coming back to me. This is a big issue for you. You were all around the district. And then subsequently you announced a run for Congress, if I remember correctly. And then you decided not to run for Congress, but instead you ran for the seat that you have currently without the GOP backing. You won a primary. You won the general. It was really a pretty neat political feat. But I'm just curious, this vehicle that you had back in the day, here it is again. Are you going to ride it somewhere, like maybe Congress, for example? Just curious.
Liz, I'll tell you what, if no. I'm intently focused on this, and I've introduced legislation, worked actually with Assemblyman Mike Spano. We found out that the manhole covers in New York State for Con Ed, we were actually buying them from India where they're using child labor. I've introduced a piece of legislation to make sure that any company receiving tax incentives cannot have as a foundation of their business offshoring. It's something that I care about because we're losing jobs, and it's not only call centers anymore. These are real jobs.
Right.
Medical transcription issue right now, Liz. Right now, when you go to your doctor and he talks into that dictaphone or whatever that technology may be, they're not necessarily processing that in the United States of America. They're shipping that overseas digitally where they don't have HIPAA laws. They don't have all the federal regulations that we have in this country to protect us.
All right.
Well, it's a big issue.
No, it is a big issue. The reason, but just to close the loop, though.
If this governor sat with these multinational corporations, and got them to agree that they're not going to offshore jobs while they're taking our tax dollars, then I would love to hear that, and I'll kiss them on the cheek.
Oh, okay. Well, we're going to hold you to that for sure. I mean, now we're almost out of time.
For good TV.
I just want to make great TV. Just want to make this absolutely clear. The reason why I'm asking you the congressional question is because you have been rather critical of your hometown congresswoman, and that would be Nan Hayworth. So you're not, just to be clear.
Liz, I grew up on a little tiny farm. I'm from Paulding, a little tiny town. She's from Bedford. Two very different hometowns.
Yes, I'm aware. Your home county. Forgive me.
I grew up the blue-collar son of a postal worker.
Okay.
Probably some of my family were cutting grass on her family's property.
So just to be clear, no primary challenge then against Nan Hayworth in 2012 for you?
Not at this point, but she's making it awfully difficult. We have people in our district like farmers and small business owners and families that need access to federal funding, and instead of fighting for the people in our district, she's taking orders from Boehner or Cantor, depending upon the last person she met in the hallways of Congress. But at this point, I'm intently focused on these issues.
Okay.